What is Nectar House? Nectar House is a dating series produced by Nectar, a channel under Jubilee Media. To understand the dating show, let's address the source. Nectar's debut was in September 2022, and its mission, in their words, is to help people move beyond superficial interactions and build stronger, more meaningful connections. In simple terms, Nectar makes social experimental content specializing in dating and relationships. They also created the Nectar app that calculates compatibility with loved ones and describes your love language in an intricate but strangely accurate way, coining the term love print. This app has now transformed into a full-blown dating app as of 2025, which I'm sure will do well in its market. And of course, Nectar's most recent project is the original dating show, Nectar House, which is the topic of this video.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Most of you are new here, so I'll introduce myself. My name is Queen Nakaya, not Nakia or Nakaya. It's Nakaya. You can call me Queenie for short. I make TikTok videos, some of them surrounding Nectar House, other pop culture things, books, and other stuff that interests me. Without further ado, back to Nectar House. A stark difference between Nectar and its parent company, Jubilee Media, is the demographic of audience and participants in the videos. Nectar caters to young adults looking to date, and I say date because most of the videos are set up for participants to find casual dating partners rather than the deep connections for long-term relationships, which ironically contradicts their motto. Many Nectar videos consist of Hollywood-esque individuals simulating Tinder dating, choosing dates based on silly circumstances, and other gimmicky antics to pair up people with strangers. All of this to say, it is entertaining, even if it's mostly just simple, flirty fun. In October 2024, the first episode of Nectar House debuted, making it the first of its kind. It's a reality dating show that's exclusively released on a free platform, YouTube. This made the show extremely accessible and more relatable since the cast are between the ages of 19 and 29. Another unique factor is the first season's lack of elimination, focusing on growing the group of participants rather than choosing a sole winner at the end of the show. The way Nectar House is set up, the show could end with all participants either winning or losing, depending on if they all match with someone at the end of the show. The premise of the entire show is about housing 10 single individuals without their personal phones in an LA home in the hills. Their goal is to find a strong connection with someone in the house in 4 days so they can hopefully match with them in the end. For context, matching with someone means choosing to date someone after the show. In order to match with someone successfully, both participants have to choose each other blindly, similar to Love is Blind's option for the participants to either approve or decline their wedding vows on the big day. Around the second and or third day, there is an opportunity for the singles to onboard more participants in the house, which adds a level of excitement and drama for the audience and contestants. Season 1 was more laid back in its approach, whereas Season 2 experimented with twists to improve engagement and stir up tension. Participants can win challenges individually or as a couple, earning them a date card they can use to have an undisturbed one-on-one session with the person of their choice. This event is called Tea for Two. Tea for Two usually consists of 2 participants engaging in a Nectar-sponsored game that consists of a range of questions and challenges. In my opinion, a lot of these sessions are very awkward.
Dude, I'm sad.
What?
Cause I liked talking to you. Okay, anyway, oh, whoa.
No. What are you doing here?
Using the steel card?
Oh, you're stealing my spot?
Yeah,
Okay.
No, they just had the steel card. And anyone could steal the date.
Oh, you just took it?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
But majority of the participants do seem to enjoy their time and feel closer to one another, so there is a benefit to it. From what I can tell, most connections usually form outside challenges or stage dates, and the casual on and off camera moments where contestants are simply living together and talking during their downtime. After the season ends with a decision night for matches, There is a bonus reunion episode where the participants discuss behind the scenes and how couples or non-couples have kept in contact with each other. This is where a lot of gossip and tea is spilled. As of December 2025, there are only 2 seasons with a relatively small fan base. I've chatted with fellow viewers on TikTok, which actually inspired me to make this video in the first place. I was impressed by the first season, but I noticed there was a lack of commentary. So when the second season aired, I decided to start yapping myself since no one else was gonna do it. Now that we know what Nectar House is, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start off with the positives of Nectar House. This portion is the foundation of the entire show, making it the buns of the hamburger essentially. As I've already said, Nectar House is broadcasted on YouTube. Not YouTube TV, but regular old YouTube. It's free to watch and it's extremely accessible. The company did a good job of creating a fan base before the series even came out by releasing videos of similar nature for the past 3 years. The marketing is very direct and intentional. My second point is I, as a young adult, appreciate the demographic of people they cast. I believe the oldest contestant was 29 years of age, and most of the other participants are in their early 20s. Nectar House makes a point to be racially diverse, which is also relatable in my case. There can always be improvement, but I see the second season took more risk with a higher count of Black contestants, which was refreshing to see. The deliberate setup and behavior of the participants also create a relatable approach. There is this right amount of awkward humanness that is charming about the show. Not only do the cast members have cringy or unpolished moments, the directing team isn't afraid to show production team chatting with the cast. The host of the show, Nut, I know, that's a weird name, actively spends time with the cast as well, which makes the show feel even more cozy. The way they showcase everyone's downtime with non-primary cameras or how the show highlights behind the scene footage from their Nectar phones is endearing. It makes the show feel less commercialized and staged in contrast to shows in the same genre. It's refreshing to see members from the seasons build connections with one another on and off screen. I actually had this exchange on TikTok about how the participants in the house often prioritize friendships over romantic connections, which can be viewed as infuriating in some circumstances since it is a dating show, but ironically highlights the true purpose of Jubilee and Nectar as a whole. Despite the obvious artificial premise and environment, there is an undeniable wholesomeness about the show that other reality dating shows don't have. Let's talk about y'all's least favorite part of the burger, the lettuce and tomatoes. I don't feel like these points I'm about to make are deal breakers or that noticeable, but I did want to address the negative aspects as well. 1. The quota of 5 to 6 in-house episodes limits the potential of better connections. The contestants only spend 72 hours on the show, which is very fast for most people to make a connection. So watching the participants rush to form them for the sake of the show is a bit jarring and forced sometimes. In addition to more episodes, I would prefer the season to start off with more participants rather than sprinkling them in as the short-lived show goes on. The lack of options was abundantly clear in season 2 when Deb and Madeline had a hard time finding connections with the starting men in the house. It wasn't until they introduced Will and Amari that they felt a real spark, and unfortunately for Deb, Amari was never an official cast member because he wasn't voted in. When they voted Tyler in the show, it seemed like they were robbing her of the experience since it was essentially the last day to talk to people who had already been working on connections with others. That system is flawed, and I hope to see a change in the future because it's really just a waste of time for everyone. Third point, in season 2, there was a higher proportion of filler episodes that extended longer than necessary. For example, in season 2, episode 6, the episode dragged with footage that barely had any substance since we didn't have much confessional audio over it. The lack of confessional audio over B-roll footage is another minor detail I have noticed as well personally. The fourth con would be the ad placement. The ad placement within the episodes can definitely be awkward and overstay their welcome. BetterHelp is one of their biggest offenders, and they convinced the cast to reenact mental health scripts to promote their sponsor, not to mention their shameless plugs for casting calls in their Nectar app. My fifth point I already mentioned in my pros segment, but the participants prioritizing friendships over romantic connections can be seen as much of a lovely gesture as an annoying downfall. Most of the cast don't want to step on toes by approaching new love interests because someone else has already laid claim to that person. The laid claim conundrum can be a situation where cast member A and B hit it off really well, but member C wants to talk to member B, but doesn't want to hurt member A's feelings because they're either friends or they just don't want to come off as disrespectful. In all due respect, this is a 4-day dating show. Be selfish. Z from season 1 is the perfect example of shooting her shot when least expected to a participant who was already in good standing with another participant, Sean. She refused to be discouraged by an existing connection and even respectfully spoke with Ella, the woman who was already interested in Sean, before making her move.
I really like Ella a lot, and she was very interested in Sean, and I didn't want to just break whatever they were building up. But I also wanted to be honest to myself because I'm like, we have 3 days.
She absolutely did not have to do that. There's no obligation there. Sabina and Sean kissed, she apologized to me, and I was like, you do not have to apologize, girl. Like, you're so fine, but everyone's so sweet, yeah.
That bold decision created one of the series' most beloved couples, and they ultimately matched in the finale, even though it didn't lead to anything in real life. Season 2 definitely lacked that drive, but ironically festered more drama in that season. All in all, many fans watch the show to see hot young singles mingle with each other, but are discouraged by the cast not being comfortable enough to interrupt existing connections to possibly match with someone new. This part is the meat of the burger. It's the dramatic edge every reality television show needs in order to engage viewers and build an audience. The ugly involves unforeseen dishonesty and audacity of the cast members. The sneaky truth of Jaden from season 1 confirming that he was already dating someone before he started filming, the rumor that another participant from season 1 was in a relation to 2 other girls outside the house, Deb and Madeline not having solid connections from the start of season 2, and our favorite, Haley pretending to like Favor despite showing signs that she actually was interested in Mads more. The drama and speculation keeps the crowd talking and is a big part of why I'm making this video to begin with. I wanted to touch on Django's position in season 2, where I and many others have questioned his reasoning and purpose for being on the show. Django has been in a few Nectar videos prior to his appearance in Nectar House, and although I haven't seen them all, I find him misplaced. Django is a man of God. He's very vocal about this important aspect in his life, and it seems to be a non-negotiable if his love interests are also not dedicated to God in whatever form they see fit. This is not an inherent setback by any means, but throughout his time on the show, he reveals more strict philosophies he harbors, such as refusing to kiss anyone he's not in a serious relationship with, now being patient with individuals who don't consider his time the way he prefers, and honestly, all of these sound very reasonable, and I agree with all of them. But, there's a but, with the combination of these things and his overall attitude, that transitioned him from highly appealing to picky, and entirely too detached from the experience. He mingled with the most women in his season and didn't make any real efforts to open up to any of them. Based on his values and his unwillingness to pursue women throughout the course of the season, it seemed like he was just there for a paid vacation. Even if his reasoning for seeming neutral to all his love interests in the house was due to being an introvert, I still feel like that is not an ideal candidate for a dating show. With all that out the way, I do sincerely enjoy the show, and I look forward to watching more as Nectar House releases more seasons. As a fan of the project, I wanted to offer some suggestions for the Nectar team to maybe consider. For starters, once the budget goes up, they should consider starting with a larger cast with more days for the participants to mingle comfortably. Another budget restricted improvement could be to film seasons across different cities to bring diverse crowds of people to the show. Showcasing major cities like New York, Atlanta, Miami, and Austin would bring a fresh vibe to the season rotation. This is more of a prediction rather than a suggestion, but I can envision an LGBTQ+ edition of Nectar House since they are owned by the infamous Jubilee Media. My last recommendation is very left field, but they should possibly consider creating a sister dating series based around their dating app. The concept would be to gather consenting adults from their Nectar app, blindly match them with individuals with a high compatibility rate with their love print, and house them together to live as domestic partners for a period of time as a social experiment. Think of it as a married at first sight protege, but no one gets illegally bound to anyone. I personally think the concept would promote their brand considerably more than their existing dating show since it would feature their already existing app. So Nectar team, if you choose to consider any of these ideas, please shoot me an email so I can join your production or marketing branch in LA. I was partially raised there, so I'll fit right in. In summary, Nectar House capitalizes on the social experimental aspect of their overall channel to create a unique dating show that stands out from its competitors. Self-promo, but I will be making a video on Jubilee soon, so keep an eye out for that by subscribing. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, please leave a like and comment as well. That is all for today, and again, my name is Queen Akaya. You can call me Queenie. My TikTok is Queen Akaya. So if you want to tap in, you can do that right away. The reason why I didn't do a deeper dive into the cast members and couple dynamics in the show is because of the respect I have for the cast. A lot of them are active on TikTok, and they're just a lot more human than what you would assume from cast members from televised and commercial dating shows. I don't know these people personally, so there is an accountability I have to consider when making these videos, but they did put themselves out there to be observed. So I don't feel bad making videos such as this and keeping it cute. If there's a demographic that wants to see me make a video breaking down the couples and non-couples in the show, I will be willing to make that if there's enough people willing to watch it. Thank you for watching.